And I'm ready. Are you ready? Because we are live in the final of episode 4 of Factional Showdown, starting in the southeast position as OKW. It is Nagano. This guy is a beast. He's the beast from the east. He's the Russian heavyweight champion, and he just scalped Helping Hands, possibly the best Brit player in Company of Heroes 2 history, and one of the best players in general. It was a very tight-knit affair, but Nagano just seemed to have the edge on him in that particular game throughout. Paula, though, is no stranger to playing Brits. It's not like Von Ivan earlier, who, to be honest, hadn't really played Brits that much before, especially in a tournament setting. Paul is a seasoned veteran of playing all 5 factions to a high standard. And this game's going to be hype in general. He's capping the fuel, he's putting heavy fire down on the stern pioneers. Look at that game sense from Paula. He knew he didn't have to seek cover because he had that down. There's Leon full rifles with superior long range situation. Kubel crushes their cover though. That's cool. Kubel's gunning for this situation. Here comes the backup though. He's going to have to get out of there.
Trying to take one of our points.
Not much capping done so far. It's all about the battles. This Kubel's on a crushing rampage. He's got bits of log stuck into it. Oh my god, it's got a rear-facing cannon. Can you see that? Nah, it's gone now. It's gone now, don't worry. Now, interesting from the Focus Grenadiers from Nagano. He's put sandbags here so he can battle up against anything that comes there and win that engagement. I like that. Note to self. Great positioning of that sandbag. I love it. Vickers pushing in. Stern Pioneer is now a 2-man squad. Probably going to have to go back to base soon. Kubel getting pushed away. And this is great play from Paul. He's had the better of this situation so far, in my opinion. Vickers going to smash into that building straight away. High rate of fire. It's going to do the damage over time. Stern Pioneer knows it. And he's just going to wait until the Focus Grenadiers are able to get into position. Elsewhere, these Focus Grenadiers now capped up the fuel. Got the trench sitting here on the fuel point. Great positioning from Paula.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
Infantry sections of Tommy's been trained. We've got 3 of them now, along with the Vickers. So a pretty standard tier 0/tier 1. Whatever you want to call it. Green cover battle. Tail as old as time, but now pushed into the favour of Paula. And Nagano knows it. He has to get out of there immediately with no losses. Vulcan's back capping up the map. It's going to... Wait, the Stern Pioneers done a great job. They're now going to heal all of the units with the health packs and then repair the Stern Pioneers. And that's Stern Pioneers operating at the height of their powers. They are a multifaceted unit. They are the backbone of the OKW army. Not the Focus Grenadiers, it's definitely the Stern Pioneers, the backbone there. We've got a trench built here, and that will mitigate that really good sandbag placement. Stern Pioneers and the Kubel really need to put a stop to this. They need to put heavy fire down. They have done. Tommies have to relinquish their task. Kubel pushing them around. Great work done. Nagano's going full ham. What a great game we've had so far. It's only 3.5 minutes in. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Tommy's making it to the garrison. This Tommy has to retreat. We have you surrounded! They are very heavily surrounded, that Tommy. We have to get out of there. 2-man squad here. Outmatched, outgunned, and outnumbered.
The new engineer section. Enemy threatening a capture point.
Someone's just asked, is this a modded community patch? No, this is actually live. But how we mitigate live being a little bit stagnant is we allow the players to ban, for in this case, 2 commanders each of their opponents. Eight British infantrymen push back into the map. They haven't got much health at the moment. Possibly could do with popping the medical supplies. In fact, they've retreated back to base to ensure this Tommy, who's got less health, can get repaired. Or healed, rather. Focus Grenadiers beginning to cap up the map. This Kubel has, again, not got much health there. Been able to do some good capping, though. And the OKW, again, with superior map control. And there we go. The march of the Tommies from Paula. People, or Paula himself, have suggested that the AD of Paul is Paul Zadik. Which he has been at times. He did get banned by Relic on his main account. Don't forget, but he is still a great player, and it was sorry to not see him play in GCS, although he didn't have a passport, so you can't blame us for not allowing him to enter. Always welcome him in big tournaments, though, because he's such a great player, and really highlighted that fact in recent Casa Mine. Oh my god, this Vic is about to go down. Luckily for Nagano, the Factional Grenadiers are overwatching and are able to kill one of the Welshmen and stop it happening. In recent casts, I've noticed Paul's micro is absolutely fantastic. Possibly one of the hottest micro players I've seen in Company Heroes 2. He does little tricks here and there that just show really good reaction times. Let's try. I keep looking at trends. I keep thinking it's a blue thing on my map, but it is a blue thing. It keeps distracting me. We have Paul now building the boys anti-tank rifle sniper, 50 cal, coming into action. Folks Grenadiers ready for action. They've got their Mausers at their hips right now, but they're going to fire upon any Brits that come into their field of view. There you go. It's a firing squad situation. These Brits are brave, though. They're still rushing this German position. They're trying to get close combat. They've got the Sten guns out, and the Sten guns mean that because they closed that gap, they're now able to push the Folks Grenadiers away. Look at the map, though. The map is so heavily in the favour of Nagano. Incendiary grenade again pushes away Paula. This could be a quick win for Nagano. OKW are reigning supreme on the battlefield against Brits today. It seems at this point. So you're going to have to start watching more the players' victory point counts if that is the case. Because he's now having to get the 6-pounder out. Only 7 minutes in, he's having to get the 6-pounder out. And to get ready to mitigate the possible Lukes. Nagano isn't going for that, though. He's getting a third MG34 out, which is an ultimate strategic counter. It's really just going to apply utmost pressure upon his opponents. In fact, you will notice he does have the mechanized, so he does have the fuel as well, but he doesn't want to use it. He knows what Paul is probably going to do, get the 6-pounder out, so instead he's going to get 3 MGs and plant them around the battlefield. They just have the Cube of Iron go down, by the way. Doubt it's going to do much, though. And Incendiary Grenade was able to push away this Royal Engineer squad from that trench in the meantime. So yeah, as I say, these 3 MGs, so potent. He's now going to get into this garrison as well and just really apply the pressure. And you can see what Nagano's doing here. This is a tournament game. Both players know OKW is stronger against Brits, and they want to win as OKW. But not just win as OKW, they want a superior victory point count.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
Mortar coming up for Paula. Really good position for this mortar as well. Because this is going to have decent kind of arcs of fight. It's going to be able to hit that garrison and this garrison. This actually could be the comeback implement Paula needs. And that is not hyperbole. That is not me just hypecasting for the sake of hypecasting and trying to suggest there is potential for Paula. This is very real. Look at the damage it does against garrison. That Vickers knows its time's numbered. It's going to have to get that out there. And now because we've got 3 MGs, they're not going to be able to sit and just keep Paul locked in. Paul has the 6-pounder, he has the mortar, he has the natural counters, whatever OKW can throw at him right now, and that's exactly what he needs. Stern Pioneer and Foch Grenadier, 9 men with 1 mission, and that's to cause absolute bitter torment upon their opponents right now. The opponents, that 6-pounder which they did decrew, but not to pave the way for any vehicles, because quite frankly there aren't any at the moment. We of course have again Scavenger Doctrine chosen. Mortar firing on that central garrison. Vickers just gets out of there and probably goes behind this here. And Nagano's got great micro, really good resiliency, and he's able to move things around the battlefield with ease. As a Co-1 veteran, which is, in my opinion, a more difficult game to play because of, obviously, the lack of quality of life utility. So you just have to be that little bit sharper in order to make it work in Co-1. Because everything's harder to do. And that doesn't mean it's a better game, although, in my opinion, there are other reasons that make it slightly better in some ways. But that's not one of them. The fact that it's a harder game and Nagano's a Co-1 pro, and he still plays Co-1 to this day, means that when he plays Co-2, he's like, because it's easier, and you've got these quality of life things like reverse and other utilities, it's like training underwater, like Muhammad Ali said he used to do. Although, you know, he used to spar underwater. It's resistance training. You're making your life harder, so when you're in an easier environment, you're that much sharper. And that really does help Nagano, in my opinion. Oh, brace structure call in just in time. And just such a lot of help there. Here we go, Paul is finally managing to make use of this fuel point. But unfortunately for him, it means he can't cap unless he's able to mitigate this MG34. And this MG34 is far away from this mortar, so it's not going to happen. And just look at the map, swallowed up in red right now. It was a virus that started in the southeast, this OKW menace, and that virus spread. And it didn't just spread, it holed the organs, it devoured. And right now it holds the entire body, the metaphorical body that is this map. Victory points lost for Nagano currently, 18. Not looking too good for Paula. Paula's weapon of choice is the Royal Engineer Regiment. Of course, trying to get that AVRE out, the specialist tank, the mortar. Oh, look at that. Talking of mortars, one's about to die. Oh, there you go. Incendiary grenades did the job in the end. Paul has got to be close to throwing in the towel right now. When a 6-pounder is pushing up against a Stern Pioneer just to try and cap a point, you know it's not going too well. Also have the Panzer IV coming onto the battlefield. Nagano is making full usage of everything at his disposal. He's also got these Panzerjäger Light Recon Squad in the garrison. And there you go, Paul's had to throw in the towel. Let's check on the stats. And let's also create a UI element for game 2 whilst I'm here, whilst we're waiting for the next game to start.